They actually put me on the schedule for work tomorrow. I told them, I said, I'm tripping. Have me working 2 days on a weekend.
The light
So you ain't coming?
Yeah. Even though I just came back, but yeah. I told them it's one or the other. Both bugging.
You work early this morning?
Huh?
You work early this morning?
Yeah.
I got so maybe 3.
I got Joe 24.
You want to live now?
Yeah, you better just start. Yep.
All right, Shalom. I'd like to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash. Number one is to the apostles and the elders of GreatMillStone. Shalom to like our dear, those word of faith and labor of love, true sincerity. The brother Jim, Soldier of Faith from New Jersey. You know, here with the weekly sit down. And we got a special guest in the house. You know, the brother Karab from VA.
Shalom.
All right, and you know, today's lesson we're going to get into is entitled, social construct. All right, so with that, we got the first scripture.
Book of Psalm, chapter 83.
And somebody got the definition too, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the book of Psalm, chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahawah. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahawah. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, and so, in dealing with these other nations, they all came together, based upon common goals, a common enemy, which happened to be us, that they made the target of their social construct, to bring us down and, to force feed us bullcrap all at the same time, that they all can benefit from the same slice of the pie of our pain, misery, and suffering, so.
It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarites, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot, Salah.
Right, so just giving you a roundabout of the different nations that all had a hand, with them bringing us down ultimately as a nation. Wow, really because of jealousy. Because especially back then, all nations knew that we had the true and living power by the miracles and things in which the Lord performed, from old Egypt to different kings, throughout that part of the world, and how the Lord dealt with us and built us up a great kingdom, man, So who got that definition?
I got it right here. Google social construct definition. An idea that has been created and accepted by the people in a society.
Hey, so that goes hand in hand with Psalms 83. So read it one more time.
An idea,
they came up with ideas. They said, what? Come, let us be confederate against them. They sat around in a round table and basically had a think tank amongst one another to come up with ideas to bring us down.
An idea that has been created. An idea that has been created and accepted by the people in a society.
So they pitched ideas one to another. They agreed upon things, within one consent, that they will come up against us, man. That's the whole thing in the matter. And we relaying that to show you the social construct started from back then, and it continues on until this day throughout various aspects of the society and various parts of our life, from money, childcare, etc., that we'll get to explaining, throughout this lesson.
Yeah, one of those ideas was that they're the Israelites, that they're the chosen people.
Yeah, because if I may add, because this proves that this is the worst captivity that Israel has ever faced. for the simple fact that we don't know who we are as a people. So Edom, pretty much, it was the Lord's will first and foremost. However, Edom, pretty much beat, beat our heritage out of us through hardcore bondage slavery, to the point where we forgot ourselves, we forgot who we are as a nation, through that generational curse, and he was able to claim who we are, because he called himself God's chosen people. He didn't call himself an Israelite, but however, he called himself an Israeli. He called himself a Jew, which is God's chosen people. So here it is, if you got your enemy believing that they're not God's chosen people, however, you are, that furthermore confirms that this got to be the worst captivity, because in prior captivities, we knew who we were as a people. We knew our power's name. When you go through the book of Judges, we cried unto the Lord. He'll set up a prophet and he delivered us. They started breaking law, statutes, commandments again, cried out to the Lord's name, and he delivered us. But he had to take away who we are as a people. Most importantly, his name, to where we couldn't cry out to him. You know what I'm saying? We had to go through the hell and the captivity that we're going through today.
Real quick, precept.
Yeah.
Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahawashi. You got it, bro.
Yeah, because essentially, what are they calling us? African Americans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, so on and so forth. Those are man-made names. Read that again, brother. BaHaSham. These are man-made names. These are not God-given names. So for the simple fact, when you allow a man to tell you who you are, guess what? That grants him control over who you are.
Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahawashi.
That's right, because these names that are placed upon us, it's not after Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. These are names that cannot be found within the Holy Scriptures. So what? This was a social construct that was comprised amongst the other nations to place upon us to cut us off from being a nation, from being the people. Because, I did a lesson earlier in the week entitled Empowerment. This word is what empowers us. Knowing who you are, knowing who your power is, that's empowering. However, now if you strip that from a people, what that do? What does that do? The opposite, which is what? To weaken you. And once you're weakened, you're more susceptible to be manipulated and controlled. So that's why these devils now, that's why they got alcohol and liquor stores on these, the corners, in these neighborhoods in the hood. They promote drill music. They promote murder within the music. They they got a lot of these drugs going on within the urban communities and the hoods and things of that nature. Say it again.
It's like they just showed a little dirt.
Yeah. So that was a social construct to furthermore oppress us as a people. You got these crackhead chicken spots, in the hood, in which these Ishmaelites, because they're part of Psalms 83. The majority of them own these crackhead chicken spots, and guess what they do? They leave the fat, upon these meats, which furthermore destroys our health. Yep. It blocks the arteries in which the blood flow. Like they say, life is in the blood. So if there's no blood flow, due to the lack of due to your arteries being clogged, that's why Jake be catching these strokes. Due to these foods, Jake be catching cancer. Because that's all going back to that social construct, that collusion, that conspiracy to take Israel out from being a people, man. So that's that vain deceit and philosophy that was created from man. So that's why the scriptures put us on, man. The scriptures gives us the drop on Edom, and how they particularly moving when it comes to the Israelites, man. So once the Lord opened our eyes to see this, now we can move contrary, and have the hope for salvation.
A quick precept. Job 24:3. They drive away the ass of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. So, that's part of making us fully dependent on his GMOs and his Monsantos and his food system, because they drive away the ass of the fatherless, So now you can't even till the land because we don't have any animals, work animals, any cattle, any resources, any wealth of our own. So we're fully dependent on him. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together. So just showing how the construct that they have set up is so we have to go to them for the want of all things. And we know, as the brother's going into through the scriptures, that ultimately it goes back to the Heavenly Father and these curses that are upon us. But we need to know who we are to know our place in the book.
Yeah, real quick.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I was gonna bring out a scripture, which is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 29, and it reads, it says, "Truly, this only have I found, that Yahawah made man upright, but they sought out many schemes." Okay, I thought it was inventions.
Inventions, same thing.
Yeah. Okay, this is the New King
Yeah,
James
New
version.
King
Salaki.
James.
Real quick, I'll just read it from the because they don't have it here. But in the King James version, schemes is inventions, but it's the New King James schemes. That's Esau. With these different programs, these different ideologies, social construct, the things that he implement in society to play a motive, upon people's minds to bring them in one so that he can control them. See, we as Israelites, okay, we're starting with the elect, we under the vibration and of the righteous spirit of Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi to be holy. This video fucking up? Oh, slide. Anyway, we're set apart from society, so we're not supposed to be of the world. If you're a part of the world, this world gonna take you because there's so many different devices of Satan. He can come at you in all sorts of ways. Not just your woman. Woman is a stronghold because every man is should not be alone, as the scripture said. Every man desire a woman, okay? And that woman be that main case of where Esau, Satan, demon spiritual Satan, plays that divine intervention. He interrupts because he has the will of the Father to do so. But Esau, he come up with these social constructs, different ways to where it destroys your vision. It destroys the righteousness that's within you. So we need Yahawashi, man. And we have to stay firm, right, with integrity to this word in which we learn, man.
Now, real quick, like you said, the Lord made man upright. Now, real quick, in the sense of an adjective which describes the person, pursuant to that context, quick Google definition of upright: sitting or standing with the back straight, vertical, erect, having vertical strings, right? Denoting a device designed to be used in a vertical position. So pretty much meaning what? Straight, However, man has sought out many inventions. Now a lot of those inventions and those schemes is, those transmissions. Transmission is pretty much changing the form in which the Heavenly Father created you to be.
Can I say this chart right after you, brother? You said to sit upright.
Right.
Esau create ways for you to bend.
Yeah.
You're bending from your position.
Exactly.
When you're supposed to be upright. Because upright is truth.
Yeah.
Truth is truth.
Honorable.
Right, honorable. It's not gonna bend for you.
Exactly.
No truth is, no lie is of the truth.
Exactly.
Hey, and real quick, that's why, Psalms 94:20. Shout, you talking about like being upright and then bending. Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law. By their laws, their statutes, that's how they create the ability to be able to bend the law. this is how they don't stand upright with things. You know what I'm saying? Because their laws within itself, technically, it's supposed to be or it should have been an extension off of the Bible if America really claimed to be of God. Because they say God bless America, but we know that's not the case. They created those things, the laws, as a social construct to keep us oppressed and for them to have all of the rights. That is a social construct amongst a group of people to oppress another people by their ways, by their laws, by their deeds. This is why within that language of the laws, nothing is really straightforward. It's very ambiguous. Words can mean a number of things so that they have the leeway to change up at any given moment. You might think this means this, but this clause and this is then the third, and they can stretch it to mean something completely different.
Loopholes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's their loopholes. This is why within the justice system, they always looking for those loopholes or different things within the system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why it's no true justice in the Esau system. But it's true justice in Yahawashi. Yes,
Yeah, I have a couple precepts. This epistle of Jeremiah, I'm starting at verse 4. Now shall ye see in Babylon gods of silver and of gold and of wood borne upon shoulders, which cause the nations to fear. One thing we just had some people to fear was a teenager. And a lot of these mandates are people have folded to. And a lot of these other social constructs are people have folded to as well. When you look at one, as a so-called black woman, she fell into Queen of Heaven worship, which brought in feminism. And a lot of these men have taken upon that spirit. So it says, beware, as going back to, what is it? I believe Isaiah 47, Babylon was a golden cup. And he deceived the nation with his philosophy of democracy, whoredom, feminism. But the Lord told our people, we shouldn't be like it to these other nations, man. You got to understand, like the brother was talking about, we're holy. We're Israelites.
Yeah.
We're supposed to know, like the other the scriptures say, we shall know thy enemy, because Esau know us. One thing has Esau have gotten known about us is we like to bend our ways. We like to trim ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So what like the scripture said, why trims thy ways? You show the wicked ones your ways, man. So Esau know how to come at Jake now and say, see what? See, black women are struggling. No self-esteem. See, your man ain't doing this and doing that. He want to be Superfly because he constructed. Remember back in the day, Superfly. Then after that movie Superfly came out, every Jake thought he was Superfly. And there's a lot of these movies. Booty Call, that movie with Eddie Murphy.
Boomerang.
Boomerang. He wanted to be player. Fresh Prince. He was a player. And a lot of these. And then you see women. And monogamy, pushing that in, that Motown spirit, baby, only one woman. So they broadcast.
Bended knee. Voice the man.
Keep sweat. Fuck up the whole generation.
Well, she got bachata too. You got bachata too. Bachata too. Keep sweat Dominican. You're not supposed to listen to bachata with a lot of dudes, man. Cause that's how simplified it is. But Shalaki, our people have taken upon these philosophies, and so forth, and then they're drowned about them. I'm gonna keep going. It says, but say ye in your hearts, O Lord, we must worship thee, for my angel is with you, and myself caring for your souls. As for their tongue, it is polished by the workmen, and they themselves are gilded and laid over with silver, yet are they but false and cannot speak. Basically, it goes into philosophy, gods, but do these gods, I tell you what, in Wisdom of Solomon, I think the 10th chapter, I think the 9th or 8th, it tells you about, how pretty much through like laws and certain laws and decrees were made by certain gods, behind certain gods. And the same thing with America. A lot of these social constructs, Queen of Heaven worship, Superfly,
modes and transformers.
Yep,
Laws being passed.
that's right. Basically, Esau broadcasting these old players, and they break women's hearts.
Right.
So then now these women, because it really, especially in Virginia, Virginia VCU, So when and brother can attest to this in Virginia, when you talk to them women, like they'll literally say that we hate men. You took our rights from us. You be like, what?
You got the right to
You
remain
know?
silent.
And that's what they're teaching women. You know, and they're eating this up. Because what do they show and teach? Men are toxic, masculine.
Yeah.
They hurt women, they beat women, they're evil, they're wicked and cruel. But all these little philosophies and lies, that's these social constructs that they're telling these people, and these people eat it up, you know? And look now again, look at the world we live in. You know, like here it is. The scripture talks about a woman being aged and telling women to be chaste. That's so you telling me women? We had a woman, Salaki. We had a woman, girl come up talking about modesty. Like we got to go through all this to tell you about modesty. Yo, you're not supposed to show your ass.
Right.
How hard is that?
Right. Right.
Hey, and
Hey,
if
bro.
so like if I may add, a lot of dealing with that whole Queen of Heaven madness, you know, it just gets proven, you know, day in day out when you go through certain experiences. You may see other people's experiences and things of that nature. That whole Queen of Heaven worship is what? To worship the woman.
Yep.
To please the woman. You know. But at the end of the day, they will send. Esau will subliminally send, you know, truth in there. You know. However, the lie is gonna take root, so to speak. For an example, coming to America, right? You had Lisa's character. You had the Soul Glow Prince, right? Mm-hmm. He said, you know, women want to be controlled, you know, be told what to do.
What's that the one?
Yeah, the Soul Glow cat. You know what I'm saying? He said in the, you know, he was talking, I believe, Eddie Murphy, when he was dealing with Lisa, when he had Lisa in his possession. He's like, women want to be told what to do.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want to be controlled. And here it is, you know, Prince Akeem's character, he wanted to worship the woman. You know what I'm saying? But the truth was they want to be controlled. Right. They want to be told what to do. Yeah. They want to be led. Right. You know? However, their nature is that, because even like I said, when you talk and deal with these women, they said, I want a manly man, like I want a man. You know what I'm saying? Their nature is, even when you're dealing in sex, they want to be dominated. They want to be dominated. Yeah. They want to be controlled.
Taken by force.
They want to be taken by force, right? Now, here it is when it comes to these particular situations, that's their nature coming out. That's how they're made naturally. Mm-hmm. However, they get spoiled by those philosophies and vain deceits by when a man is telling them what to do, they looking at, they painting the perception as, oh, you're trying to control me. Not the fact that you're really trying to lead me.
Yeah. And
you understand? Salakia. So that goes to show that that whole Queen of Heaven spirit is bullshit, and these women are truly ain't with it, because when you do that, that actually turns the woman towards the man. Yeah. They don't want a man to worship them, because they're gonna look at them as weak.
Yeah, it goes against their whole genetic makeup. These women don't understand that Satan, all right, which goes back to the serpent in the garden, okay, that man that deceived Eve, okay, he basically deceived you and tricked you, you know, out of your own righteousness. He robbed you. Right. He robbed you because he gave you falsehood. He gave you a lie that you think you should live behind and you should live and fight for. When in reality, a woman is supposed to aid a man. She's supposed to be an aid and a helper to her husband. Mm-hmm. You know, but when you go against nature, that's suicide.
It's suicide.
You know, that's a recipe of disaster.
It's gonna break up the household.
Yeah, just like with Obama passing laws for moles and transformers. Well, what's the end goal of that? In society, when you look at generations, it's gonna bring genocide.
Exactly.
You know, it's not gonna look good. Okay, the earth ain't gonna be at its, or the people in the earth is not gonna be at that good right state. Right. You know, they're gonna be depleted. Yeah. They're gonna be, oh, what's going on? Why is it not children being born? Right. You know, that's genocide. Yeah. Yeah. You know, so righteousness today, like we always say, righteousness today is as wicked. What's that? Isaiah the 5th chapter. They call evil good, good evil.
Yeah.
Because if you stand for righteousness today, you're gonna be demonized. You're gonna be put down. You're gonna be left out. You're gonna be attacked. You know, everybody's gonna be against you. But if you wicked, then you're gonna be uplifted. You're gonna see. You're gonna prosper in society. You're gonna win. You know, everybody's gonna support you.
Right.
Well, this is the world we're living in. Esau's kingdom, the wicked.
Yeah.
And that example of coming to America, that was?
Coming to America.
Coming to America, that was a great example, because if you see it, the dude with the Jerry curl, he was kind of playing like the bad guy, the villain.
Yeah.
So they'll put truth, biblical truth about a woman needing, a man leading a woman, coming out of the villain's mouth to demonize it. So now you got the righteous way that he's actually saying something out of the Bible, which is something righteous, but looked at in a negative light. So it's programmed into the people's minds that, or you know, that's the bad guy,
Exactly.
but the good guy is the simp that will worship her.
Right.
Yeah.
And guess what? The woman is not gonna look at that man who's simping. She's not gonna respect him.
Well, that's why you live in a world where girls get both of them.
Exactly.
To make up for
and the alpha.
Yeah. Yep. That's facts. I got some. Unless you got some.
I got a precept too.
Let freedom ring.
Go ahead. Isaiah 29:16. Surely you're turning up things upside down. Shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
That's right. Turning things upside down. Meaning what? In this society, the woman is put before the man. And that was due to what? Social construct, man. Yet the scriptures prophesied this well over 3,000 years ago. You know? So that's a clear example of turning things upside down, man. You know?
Another thing too, due to the them taking the women and got them out here in this society trying to be them so equal to men. You know, it goes back to the kids raising up the schools raising up these kids. Because we all know that, you know, being in school ain't gonna teach us shit. And you know, another thing too, there's a lot of women teachers at these schools now. So these boys are being effeminized. They're not being really men, children that go to school. They're not really being taught how to be a man.
Right.
Then you know you got women and girls together in the classroom. You know, girls, and they always cater to the girls, and then they always like demonize the boys.
Hey, it's a lot if I may add, because what they say, use your inside voices. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, when you look at the scriptures, Yahawashi had a voice of many waters. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids are naturally loud, energetic, you know? However, when you get to these schools, they like to attempt to confine the boys, you know, and get them to speak in a soft, gentle manner. You know, that's not manly. So here it is, train up a child in the way he should go. When he grow old, he shall not depart from thee. So if you constantly telling a child at the age of 5, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where it starts, 4 or 5 years old, preschool, kindergarten. If you keep telling them to use your inside voices, guess what? He's going to grow up using his inside voice. You know what I'm saying? He's going to grow up using his inside voice to where now it gives his boss, his manager, leverage to talk to him some kind of way because he's been concealed since a child. You know, so that's why the Spirit of the Lord got to be on you, man.
That's why it's docile.
Yeah, it's a war on boys, and then the elevation of girls. And you know, because one thing about us, if we knew that we were Israelites, we know, you know, we'll pretty much be representing this place. They couldn't bring in a new world order, so they had to really, you know, destroy who we were. They had to, and again, they had to through, you know, social constructs. You know, they started off with the most hurt people, which is the so-called black men, black women, and they used democracy to play on their emotions and through the feelings and, you know, soothsayers. They bring in all the other legislations in, you know, then underneath the what is it? It's a typical word for it. I can't remember. But due to that disguise, you know, all the other legislation was able to come through that banner of, you know, the black woman being elevated, and now you got the world as it is today.
Got some just going into like how you said, if we really knew who we was and we followed that, we would be considered rebellious. Like
Yeah.
they won't be able to bring it in.
They couldn't have cussed. We were just like Eleazar. You go back to Eleazar, the second book of Maccabee. We was pretty much just die. We was like, yo, I'm not a corral or this and that. You can kill me.
Yeah.
I know about reincarnation.
Remember about the brothers, the yeah, they wouldn't even report.
Yeah.
What's that? I think Swap 30 tells you how when a father teaches his son,
He greeted as
enemy.
Yeah.
So these kids going, these girls, they don't have no time to be mother. They don't want to be mother. They don't. They say they call themselves slave. I don't want to be no slave. So soon the babies, that she supposed to. When a woman loves her husband, she honors him, and she instills that honor into that child, and that child looks up to the father for his order. But if that's broken, she teaches him Esau, because we all know our mothers don't never want to see us hurt. So what does she do? She break us. Be soft, feminine. Don't be out here causing trouble. Because all mama want to see you come back home safe.
Right.
She don't want to see you. When mom, you got blood coming through. She damn near, she cry. You ain't even crying. She crying though.
Yeah, they call the kids. They grow up with their mother like son and husbands.
Yeah, son husbands.
And just to another point too, like with going into the time of Herod, where he was trying to destroy Yahawashi, and he went on a spree of killing all the male children 2 years or under. And you can apply that unto today, because how did they try to do that to the boy? Now, Herod did it because that Yahawashi was deemed to be something great for the nation of Israel, for us to rise up, right, in the future. Esau knows that within us because they know the prophecy. So what? They want to dim our minds down, dim down our light by the time we're born to 5 years old, having excess of like 50 or more shots into the boys. You know what I'm saying? Because the child's brain takes time to develop from up until you're like 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's very impressionable. So if they can inject all of this bull stuff into you, stop that brain function, then put you on all types of medication because of that, or to cause autism and stuff like that in you, they can dim down our light, dim down our power, so that we can't rise up as a nation. That way they think they're going to interfere with the way of the Most High's prophecy. Right. So that's a social construct from back then until now. And it's plain as day, man. Because I don't know if we had watched something together or one brother had mentioned it or something like that, but it was pretty much a damn, I was train of thought.
Yeah, we're talking about that YouTube thing that you had put us on, the documentary.
What it was talking
about Max. You say that VAX. That shit with like they had like polluted that if they put those things in the kids and shit, those jabs in the kids, especially Israelite boys, they would grow up with like autism and all that.
Yeah. That was something else I was thinking of, but
Yeah, real quick, I got some. Real quick. Yeah. I know, brother.
Brothers on fire.
Yeah, real quick. I was just because the Lord gave us social construct. Yeah. And real quick, I just go into the words.
Am I jumping ahead? Well, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. If I'm ahead, so slide. Because social, this is what you call social construct is what to build.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to talk
yeah, brother already got it. Social, quick Google search, related to society or its organization, needing companionship, or therefore best suited to living in communities. And as Israelites, we live as neighbors, we live as in a community. Sort of like what Esau has today, but he mix and mingle everyone together.
That's why it's important. That's why the Lord gave us the law, so we know how to judge with the know how to judge properly,
right,
and be in balance, and not to take personal rewards to basically social reaction. Our whole book is about social reaction. It's social. Yeah. We're social people, a lot of people.
Right. Because all social basically means it's a gathering amongst the peoples, and you gather in the same like mind. Just how was just bouncing off each other, and it made me think of Martin in the scene of Boomerang, and they was at the pool table. He was like, see, the green, that's the earth, and the white ball is the man. The black ball is us. It's all about the white ball hitting the black ball off the earth. You know what I'm saying?
So destroy black balls.
Exactly.
And they're trying to fuck up our testicular fortitude, man.
Yeah.
This devil is designed to destroy the so-called Negroes' testicular fortitude.
One thing too, he did too was you see how like these rappers are cutthroat against each other.
Yeah.
And then one thing they don't do is never give honor.
Right.
And that's one thing Jake lacked too. And they then took that cutthroat. Going back to the Willie Lynch letter, it tells you how you put this trust in men. Because that's why Jake, like Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A. Smith ass nigga, always just throwing shots, and you know calling shots. So basically, as men, we don't even know how to deal with each other for real.
Right.
Yeah.
We have it's a power thing.
Ego.
It's an ego thing.
Yes.
And there was never like this before.
Right.
We knew it one time.
Brother.
Yep.
Salaki, it's funny that you said that. I mean, not funny, but it's truth that you said that Jake don't ever want to give honest because what's the term amongst our people? Self-made.
Yep. Right. You told me that earlier.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm self-made. No, you're not. Because there was a connection that you had to make to get to that next level.
Yeah.
For example, I believe it might have been Rick Ross. It might have been Rick Ross who started pushing that vibration of self-made, if I'm not mistaken, because here it is, he's preaching this narrative that he's self-made, but no, you're not. You know, he was Trick Daddy's lackey at one point in time. However, you got lucky with a record.
He did a bitch.
And all that. You know what I'm saying? You got lucky with a record, and you had to get signed by another man. You know, for you to be in the position that you're in. Not only that, even if you doing deals or constructing business, in order for you to do a deal, it takes two parties. It's not one party to do a deal. It takes two parties. So for you to come up on another level, it took another man. So essentially, you're not self-made.
Hey, go on to just origin of who he is. Just the origin of who he is.
Right. He took another man's name.
Rick Ross.
Exactly.
He copied and followed after other men, and then but he blueprinted self-made.
Right.
As if he's self-made. That's all a lie.
It's all you living a lie.
Yeah. Real quick, let me finish up. This is social. This is the noun. It says an informal social gathering, especially one organized by the members of a particular club or group. You know. So real quick, even leaving from here, going into going into the word construct, right? Which you already said, to build. It says build or erect something, typically a building, rule, or machine. So the Lord, the Heavenly Father, gave us a social construct. He gave us a building, and he gave us morals.
Right.
He gave us principles, a way that we live that will please him, which also will give us long life in return. Right. Because he is our creator. He is the one that belongs the issue of death. Okay? So therefore, if we live righteously, he will be pleased with us and give us life in abundance. But unfortunately, we went off.
Right.
Yahawashi had to step in. Well, he was sent from the Heavenly Father. All right, and through him, we have life more abundant. And that starts with the elect. Now, real quick, not to switch the subject, but just touch back on these women.
For sure.
Because we was talking on that. Now, real quick, I'll read it to verse 10. I'll start at 1. This is Sirach chapter 26:1. Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. We're going into the social construct, right? That the Most High gave us, dealing with women, okay? As a woman supposed to be toward her man, all right? It says, a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
See, and that's the point, because a virtuous woman is not going to stress you out. You know what I mean? Because why? She's going to follow your lead.
She want to show your image.
You know what I'm saying?
Which ones you want to get? They destroy them. It's the black man, the black man,
The black,
man.
exactly,
Black man.
exactly. And to be honest, like, what's that lady name? Shahrazad Ali. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I remember the part. I read a little bit of that book, and the part that I do remember is that the daughter or even the child period. You know what I'm saying? Primarily in those years, they're raised up under the mother, those nurturing years, and you know they learn the ways from the mother. You know what I'm saying? And I remember at a point in time, you know, to where, you know, moms would do something, and he'd be like, don't tell your father. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So because that's where, you know, the curses in the household, you know, comes forth. Because if you're a child and your mother is telling you something to keep from the father, you're gonna carry that. You're gonna grow with that. That's where you learn. That's where you learn a lot. Exactly. That's where you learn a lot.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine what a mother would tell the daughter. You know what I'm saying? Or show the daughter in that particular aspect. You know what I'm saying? Because if she's not moving in a virtuous manner, guess what? The daughter's not going to move in a virtuous manner.
Right. So they got to be trained up.
Exactly. If the daughter see a mother with different men, she's going to grow up having different men.
Like mother, like daughter.
Like the scripture says.
Real quick, I got it.
Bring it out. It's hard to yell with
Ezekiel 16:44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
Hey, she get it from her mom. Hey, like that old saying goes, she get it from her mom. Mm-hmm. You know, so a lot of these ways in which these women maneuver and operate, it's only because they got it from a mama. One point, I remember I was working on a job when I was working in the hospital. I was talking to this chick, she was cool, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. However, her mother told her, if you're gonna have your legs out, don't show no cleavage. If you're gonna show cleavage, show no legs. Whenever you're going on a date with a man.
Wow.
This is what her mother told her. You know what I'm saying? And she told me this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She told me this. So that goes to show that that's how her mother particularly moved when she was on dates with men. So that's how she was gonna move when she was on dates with men. Mm. And that's just how that's how it goes.
You got something?
Yeah, Sirach 3:2. For the Lord have given the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. And you know, one thing what our people lack is a strong father in the household. Right. That's why that's why it's so easy for them to bicker amongst each other. That's why a lot of guys, it hurt. It's kind of hard for them to give honor to another man because they never seen a father. They don't know their father. Right. And Esau pushes that amongst us heavy. That's why you got rap niggas, fuck my dad, fuck my father, he will never, they ain't shit. Then you have these, we was talking at camp, a lot of these mothers failed their kids. Yeah. Cause Big Mama ain't had to work. Our grandfather, he went out, you know, he went to, what was those jobs? Warehouse jobs, steel mill factories. Yeah, sometimes went out for a week. My Big Mama was just on the, and that's when that's when it was heavy, when the social construct of the woman going to college, getting a degree.
She can vote now.
Yeah, she can vote.
Yeah.
And then Big Mama. Then they had that other era where men was my grandma like this too. It's crazy, cause they'll show the men out there in the streets, you know, Big Mama. Yeah, grandma, y'all in them streets. And it's all, you know, they program these women, you know, and then your grandfather come in, he tired, you know, and then your grandma, she stopped cooking for him. And then, you know, back in the day, men used to hit women.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
woman.
And then the next thing you know, see, she tell the daughter, see, that's where you get your education and a degree. And you a single, independent woman. Yeah. And that's all them social constructs. And even on the sons, I remember, cause I have an uncle due to, I look at my family, like personal family, and I be like, yo, my shit's fucked up to the point ain't no ever coming back.
Yeah.
They gotta die and come back king.
Yeah.
And I have an uncle yeah, straight up. Yeah, they just gotta start over.
You know what you call
Done.
that? You know what you call that? Jake problems.
Jake problems.
Jake
Hey,
problems.
can I say this real quick?
Got it,
As
bro.
you were speaking, I was thinking the word bastard. In the lesson that I did, Salakia, you know, I was looking up the word bastard, never thought to look it up. And it goes back to saddle, If you look in the etymology of bastard, it goes back to saddle, son. Basically going back to, I guess it says low origin. It's a lot there, but it's a keywords that I can remember. Yeah, you can look it up. Yeah, the Lord said in Hebrews, He chastened us as sons.
The son, word.
Roughly paraphrasing, wherefore we're not bastards. You know, because we come from a royal, chosen people, priesthood. The Most High made us holy. Holy means to be set apart. So in the elect, they're chastened so that they're not bastards. We're of that not low origin, but that not low birth, but that royalty. You know? And real quick, in the English, out in London, they say, you bloody bastard. You know? And that became a stigma. You know, for a son that's not genuine.
Right.
He's not genuine. He's
Legitimate.
cutthroat. Yeah, he's troublesome. So you bloody bastard. You know, you untrustworthy. That's what you said made me think of it because not having a father. A father, if he's in a household, it ain't all about fucking paying bills. Yeah, a father could pay the bills as much as he can to support his family, but we're in captivity. So unfortunately, according to his occupation, he might not can't have that to fulfill the flesh or to fulfill the role of society today.
Well, that's what they did in that era, back in those era.
Yeah, they did that because society was a little slightly different. Because women was put in a position, men was put in a position. But what the father did do was taught his son honesty. He taught his son truth, character. And that's what you need. So if your father ain't give you nothing else, if he ain't teach you a trade or a skill, because unfortunately we all fucked up. My parents ain't teach me no skills. I mean, Jake, trying to get out the hood. Trying to be fucking athletes, get out of here.
50 years old.
You know, the Lord pulled brothers in this truth, you know, and gave brothers another vision in life and principles and moral, righteous standards, man. So a father is going to give you that honesty and truth, that morals that you have installed in you. So when you go out, even if you're going through trouble, you know how to bear through it, and you know how to be of more of a moral, righteous standard.
Right.
You know how to deal with problems.
It's like you were saying earlier about being upright. If you had a father, when a son has a father, a good father, he has a confidence about himself. He doesn't slouch down. Just like y'all were talking about earlier about, you know, the bending. I forgot how it really go. But I remember you saying, you know, the Lord give us His truth and it makes us upright.
Yeah.
That's our confidence.
Right.
But when you see Jake, when you look at the majority of Jake Howard's had they let their head down.
Yeah.
Because they lack.
Yeah.
They're lacking.
Yeah.
They don't know themselves.
Matter of fact, you're not going to bend. How you said, because you was talking, trying to bring it back how we was talking about the bend, how you brought out standing upright, the definition.
Yeah.
Because if you got a father, you're going to stand on something.
And your father will check you on that shit. Because even, you know, when the son have, like moms, they allow their sons to walk weak and feminine.
Yeah.
And they like that, you know, don't go outside and get black.
Yeah.
You too cute, don't be. But you know, you got a father. Cause your son, I mean, your mom gonna let you get long. She gonna let the hair grow long.
Yeah, she gonna cater to you when you cry. Whenever you crying, your mother gonna cater to you. Your father gonna allow you to self-soothe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your father's gonna allow you, he'll be alright.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He'll get over it.
Stop walking like that, son. What the fuck wrong with you?
Yeah. And then, but then again, a lot of times, it's like, even if you do have your father, you really didn't have your father because he didn't teach you the scriptures.
Right.
He didn't teach you.
Fathers.
He didn't teach you how to maneuver according to the word. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of fathers that just happen to be there because he's stuck with the baby moms. He's stuck with your mother. what I'm saying? But he never really taught you character. He never really taught you how to maneuver. He never really taught you how to deal, you know what I'm saying, in society. So that's worse than your father not being there. Because if your father didn't teach you those necessary things while being there, that's worse than your father not being there.
So what you saying is levels to it.
Yeah.
Because it's one way of, if your father's there, he teach you how to deal with society. That's one level. But in a higher level, is a father that's a spiritual father that can teach you the ways of the Lord.
Yeah.
What's gonna save your soul.
Yeah. But our fathers was lost niggas. They was lost.
Yeah, hey, real quick, it's like, because, you know, in this day and age, a dude could teach his son on how to you know, go to, what's the main thing? Go to college, graduate, you know, become join a sorority, fraternity,
Military.
you know,
Fraternity,
go to military. There you go. Go to the military. You know, you know, make me a proud father.
Right.
Come back, buy a house.
Right.
Which buying a house is damn with slavery.
Yeah, slavery.
You know?
Marriage, slavery.
Yeah, get married. That's the traditions of being American.
Yeah.
You have to be married and you have to get a house.
Right. It's debt all over.
Who the fuck said that this is how you gotta live?
Yeah, it's double debt.
This is fucking, this is Esau's mindset, man.
And say fucking.
Yeah.
It's a structure, a social structure.
Social
Construction.
construct.
Yeah, man.
Asshole.
Hey, real quick, I just want to finish up. You know,
They Salakia, man, because this is what they do when they get out of college, man. They find themselves getting a brand new car, debt, can't afford it. They find themselves having to pay back loans, can't afford it. They find themselves marrying a high school or college sweetheart. Marriage, the wedding is like 40 grand, can't afford it. Then they go and buy a house, $200,000, $300,000, can't afford it. So here it is, you behind the 8 ball 4 times over. And then you trying to make a life for yourself. And then you wonder why these divorces happen, because now you're having babies. You can't take care of all of these bills. Now you and your woman is complaining about, we can't pay this, we can't pay that. Now she on a job. This nigga's buying her lunch. You know what I'm saying? He's the top seller in the group. And it's like, I haven't been through this. I'm just speaking upon, you know, like this is life. You know what I'm saying? It's descriptive, but this is how life goes. You know what I'm saying? Jake get caught up in all of this debt, which is going to equate to trouble within the household because bills can't get met. And then she's going to start dealing with the next dude on the job who's feeding her attention and that might be able to provide.
Sucking them off during lunch break.
That's this is America.
In the car.
This and this devil knew that was going to happen. Once he realized, oh, I can not only text the man, but I can also text the woman. Let's put her. Let's raise up the cost of living. You know what I'm saying? To where this man can't provide by himself. Now we got to put the woman in the workforce so we could tax not only one, but let's tax both of these motherfuckers. And in the workforce, that's where that adultery comes forth. And once upon a time, I ain't gonna look. I'm gonna be honest. I was 20 years old. I was working in a calling center, you know. And a lot of these women, this before I wasn't even in the truth. A lot of these times, these women who are married, they flirting.
oh yeah.
They flirting. They grabbing your joint, you know. You seeing other women who got a whole family at home. The other dude, he a little drug dealer, but he got a 9 to 5 on the side. He kicking it to the secretary. You know, she got she got a husband and kids at home. He kicking it to her. She feeding them play. I'm like, yo, what's up with that? She giving up the box.
Hey, yo, real quick,
I've seen all of this.
Yo, I was at my job today. I'm working with a guy. What do you say? Dude said he was Italian. Dude said he was Italian and Spanish or whatever. I forgot to ask him more questions on it or whatever. But we was having a conversation about women and shit. And he started talking about women that's married and talking about how he, you know what I mean, deal. And, you know, at that point I'm quiet because, you know, it's truth. We don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? But he said he happened to tell his boys, like, basically, like, if a chick has a boyfriend or if a chick married, his analogy was just because it's a it's a goalie there don't mean you can't score.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Fact.
Yeah. And the women that are married are more easier than the women that are single.
Absolutely. And that's the spirit, because I was thinking that the easiest women to get is the one that's already taken.
Yep.
And not only that, you talk to Jake, they don't have no morality, and you tell them like, yo, don't do that. That's wrong. Like, you want like that done to you. He's like, Jake could be like, if she don't respect her relationship, why should I?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Of Jake, of a 2/3.
That's Sirach 32 and 19. The simple man will find the excuse according to his own will.
And the scriptures also say, sit not at all with another man's wife. So as you said, in jobs, that's where the adultery take place. Here you and your chick and shit, and not to be long-winded, but here you and your chick, you know, hey, you know, y'all together, talking about, you know, making ends meet. We need a high-paying job, so she get a new job. When she get a new job, her mission there is just to get the pay, work, come back home.
Right.
But you get caught up. It's like high school. You go there. It's a social construct.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a system there. It's a certain way that women carry themselves there. It's a certain way that men carry themselves there.
Yeah.
So they get caught up into that little society of the job.
Yeah.
And so she feel like, oh, you know what? I think I want to start doing. It's like, hold up, wait. You
She
got this
doing
job
overtime. She
to
doing
get
overtime.
more pay. Why you trying to do all this other, you know?
Yeah.
Well, hey, real quick.
So like, you gonna bring it out, brother. We got a little bit of time. You gonna get to it. But I just want to add because this exemplifies everything that we're saying. Watch that movie. I believe Tyler Perry did it, called Temptation. You know what I'm saying? Called Temptation because that just speaks upon what brothers is doing. If you got Hulu, check it out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead.
Just going back to Sirach chapter 26 and 3, because this is the most high social construct. It's a certain way that we supposed to carry ourselves. Let's not forget that. All right, the Lord gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. So it says, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. It says, whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. These are gems, man.
Yeah.
It says, verse 5, there be 3 things that my heart feareth,
Right.
and for the 4th I was so afraid, the slander of a city, the gathering together of unruly multitude, and a false accusation. It says, all these are worse than death. It says, but the grief of a heart and sorrowful is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
Yeah. And what you read, Sirach?
Yeah, it's right,
Hey,
26.
Hey,
When you go-
it's like, go ahead,
I was gonna say, when you go into the book of Sirach, the prologue even tells you that he studied the Israelites before him. The scriptures say like he studied the Proverbs and the wisdom. So like, you know, social construct, which really is also like social construct comes from what? Social studies.
Right.
Social studies is history. When you study history, you know the outcome.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, it says, verse 6, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and the scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all.
And that's heavy amongst all women. That's why you got them thug bitches, thug misses,
Yeah. Gangster boots.
gangster boo, beating up, knocking girls out.
Yeah.
Cause really,
Lady of rage.
what's really going on? Hell yeah. What's really going on now? Because women are out here competing amongst each other.
Yeah.
That's why they tell each other bad information because they don't want to see them happy.
Yeah.
And that's what you love in hip hop.
So like, because a lot of these females, they be asking single women for advice in their relationship.
Yep.
Why would you ask a single woman for advice
Right.
about a relationship? She's
Right.
single for a reason.
Right. Yeah, she put off her man, and now she's celebrating a divorcement of her and her husband. This is totally backwards. How you celebrating and having drinks among your girls because you just got divorced? That's your way of masking your unhappiness and your sadness.
Yeah.
So real quick, this is Sirach chapter 26 and 5. There be 3 things that my heart feareth, and for the 4th I was so afraid. The slander of a city, the gathering together of unruly multitude, and a false accusation. All these are worse than death. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. So you women ain't supposed to be jealous that a man has another woman. Okay? It says, and the scourge of the tongue, which communicate.
Somebody, go ahead.
It says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue, which communicated with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her as though he held a scorpion.
And that's another social construct, so-called monogamy, which that came about in ancient Rome. That whole law against having multiple wives, and which is again for the agenda of the population, because our people are fruitful, multiply. So the Romans didn't want us to overpopulate again. You know, we were becoming too much. We were becoming too populated, and also with this word out,
Right.
you know, we were causing up ruckus. You know, we were causing hell. Same thing. The fast forward to now, the population agenda. You know, trying to make us sterile, trying to get us to go into Planned Parenthood. You know, making it impossible. Take the man out the house, put him in such a hole that he can't get out of. You know, debt, lock him up. You know, push him out the house. All part of the depopulation agenda.
Hey, going back to Exodus, the first chapter, where it tells you when it's a boy,
Taskmaster.
yep, when it's a boy, kill it. You know, that's it. They overpopulate us. They join unto war with the other nations and overpower us. That's why they said that they had to deal with them subtle, like strategically.
Right.
And Esau doesn't just come out and start killing so-called Negroes. They do it by social constructs, by strategically.
It's actually hard for Pharaoh to do so because remember the Egyptian women's like the Hebrew women are like us, like you know our women even back then it was sassy. It was you know what I'm saying? It was lively, but right way.
Yep.
Let's
Let me finish it up. This is verse 8. A drunken woman and a gather abroad cause of great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. And that's shame all day. You know, because of society. It says, and they really bank on that, man. They really, the black woman, okay? Yeah, the Negro woman feel as though you have to accept her for who she is. When she's had no structure. You know, she's a female version of Esau. Son of perdition. You know? Shit. Because she has no structure. She has a dysfunctional mentality because the way she raised. Your culture is fucked up.
Yep.
Rap music, liquor,
No father.
drugs, no father, hood shit. You fucked up.
Like Beyonce is your leader.
Yeah,
Other jealous women.
yeah. And then you get jealous over other women that do have some sort of structure that carries family values. And they can't admit it.
Jersey bitching up for cutting in and fighting. And New York bitches.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's cold, man. You know?
Crazy.
And
Those craziest women in America, man.
And how you said that they're banking on it, it's big business to have marriages broken up, because now think about it, it's 2 mortgages, you know, two tax-paying citizens, come around so-called Christmas time, 2 sets of gifts, you know, for the kids. Our father's going out, so it's a whole rack.
Yeah,
racketeer.
Esau destroyed you. This is you under the vibrations of Esau's mentality and ideology. That's destroying you. That's why the Lord is in season and time. Doing YouTube, like you brought it up even earlier. The alpha male, beta male, all this talk. You got what's his name, Kevin Samuel. You know, which is he kind of shot up before the other guys because the other guys was out before him. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But because
he took it to Instagram.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah,
you know?
difference.
And now he's going Hollywood with it anyway. You know, but this, and not only them, they came off sprung out of the prophets.
Yeah.
You know, we're watching the prophets.
Black Rain.
Yeah. The elders of GreatMillStone.
Yeah, Stone, yeah.
You know? teaching that a man should not pull his coat to no woman, man.
Yeah.
Well, hold himself firm and not deal with her shit.
That's where it started.
Because the Lord really gives us our manhood back. Real quick, I just finish it up. Verse 8: a drunken woman and a gathered abroad causes great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. It says, a whoredom of the woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. It says, if thou daughter be shameless.
Shit, Salakia. These fake ass eyelashes.
Yeah.
The eyelashes. They
every
just
2
stand
weeks.
out. Shit.
Yeah, every 2 minutes. And the way she look at you, we Jake, man. So we know if a woman give you that pass, it's like an invitation. It's like, do you pass it up or do you try to go in and capitalize and conquer that? Because she gave you an invitation to say, she look at you a certain way, stop playing, and then she walk off and you be like, hold up.
Like,
Yeah.
remember the boomerang? You hit the dog? Roof.
Yeah. Women know what they doing, and these are whorish women, man.
Yeah.
Real quick, let's finish it. It says, the whoredom of a woman may be known with her haughty looks and eyelids. If thou daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty.
Hey, Kevin Samuels did a good plot about the baby boomers. Even the brother like Ahmad in my camp, he brought that out. They call this Generation Z. This is the offspring of all the social constructs.
Yeah.
And that's why we're out there literally telling them. Because back in the day, some people knew homosexual, it was wicked. That's awful. That's nasty.
Yeah.
That Generation Z, this a generation really believe they're faggots. They're good people. Our people really don't want to see there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Because due to the father and his shit, the mom and her shit, it was more easier to take that child's mind at an early age and to raise up how the way Esau wanted. A lawless, no discipline. Again, a lot of these children, they have no discipline, no order in the household. So they're able to do anything. That's why the scripture talks about a horse not broken, or a kid should not be headstrong. Roughly paraphrasing.
Hard-headed.
Yeah, hard-headed, It's like, it said, break a horse when it's young, it shall not be headstrong. And that's, me riding horses, when you buy a horse, and when it gets at a certain age, you start breaking it to be ridden. Because if you don't break a horse at a young age to be ridden, when you try to go ride it, that shouldn't kill you. And the same thing with these children. If you don't bow that child down and get that child disciplined, he'll go and kill you. And that's what's going on with a lot of these jakes now. They're all in their feelings and emotions.
I got so like real quick, because I just seen something that just popped up going into this whole social construct of things. It says Wells, off topic but in topic. It says Wells Fargo rejected half its black applicants in mortgage refinancing boom. And then it, as far as the numbers, it says as far as who was able to, I guess, I'm assuming refinance. When it came to whites, 72%, Asians 67%, Hispanic 53%, blacks 47%. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show that there's a war waged.
Tribe of Judah.
Exactly, on beginning with the tribe of Judah. Right. You know what I'm saying? Secondarily, the northern tribes. The Hispanic.
Right.
You keep Judah looking bad, Northern Kingdom really ain't gonna deal with Judah.
Right.
Right. They know they got an envy against each
Keep
other.
us separated, not coming together. Yeah, because you gotta give someone something to keep them at a certain space so that they won't deal with
Keep them divided.
Right. Yep. It says, if thou daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And that's values. Because women today got liberty. And they abuse themselves. You women that think you're supposed to have liberty and being your own self and independent, you're destroying yourself.
Ladies' night.
And on a lower level, low level, This is why you got alpha male strategies, or I mean, maybe that's probably a certain guy.
Yeah,
But like,
that's-
but it,
The
I mean, that is.
yeah, but it is strategies.
Yeah.
That's a good name because it is alpha male strategies. And this is why the Lord on that law level, without using the scriptures, but just principles as man and woman, you know, here you are, you're losing.
Yeah.
You're losing. You know, while women are waxing worse than they ever have. Now women at the age of 20, 19, bro, are going out here to get butt. I gotta get my body done. Like, what's this thing of you women talking about getting your body done? You already got a body. You in your youth. You're 19, 20, 21 years old. That's the best you ever gonna look, according to this world, in this flesh.
See,
you know,
when the chicks feel like they gotta go get a body, that's because they look at themselves as nobody.
Right.
So they gotta get a body to be, to gravitate, to generate attention. You know,
To be a
it's low self-esteem.
They mouth dust, they're permanent vacuum cleaner.
Brother crazy. Yeah, you know. Hey, yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, the scripture says she that liveth
And pleasure is dead while she lives.
Living. Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, so that we hope the segment was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, Qadash. Number one is the apostles and the elders of GreatMillStone. Shalom, select out there, doing this work of faith, for their beloved true sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.